All right, so thanks for joining us tonight. I've got one of our best clients right here, Dylan. Just got back from the gym, so he's looking good. And so I just want to bring him on, let him kind of talk about what he's doing, kind of his history in ecom. We've really hit it off since the beginning. We both understand each other, understand each other's sides of the equation, what they want done, what we expect from them, and they expect from us. And so it's gone really well so far. I'll let him talk more about that, kind of his journey up to this point, and then since they've been with us for a few weeks now, actually shipping their stuff once we got their inventory here. So I'll let him talk about that, and then I'll just throw some questions at him, let him answer a couple of those, and we'll wrap it up. So I mean, that's basically it. We're going to take about maybe 12, 15 minutes, and just go from there. So this is Dylan out of Canada, and I'll let him kind of take it from here. Just give us your story, man. Let everybody know what your journey's been in ecom. It's always great hearing what successful entrepreneurs are doing, where they came from, how they got here, and what's kind of helped you, and we'll kind of go from there, man.
Sure, man. Well, first of all, ecom has been more of a recent development for me. Like we've been doing ecom for 16 to 18 months, something like that. But as far as making money online or attempting to make money online, I've been doing that since 2001. I was 17, right? So basically, backstory, 15 years old, dropped out of high school, had to get a job. And for some reason, I was just drawn to trying to make money online. So 17 years old, like making websites on GeoCities, trying to sell stuff on Amazon. You know what I mean? And it slowly evolved, and just knowledge built up over that amount of time, over 15 years. I got into building softwares and blogs and everything else. And slowly, like we hit on doing T-shirts, basically the same time everybody else did. You know what I mean? It was like, what was it, 2014?
Yeah.
Everybody was killing T-shirts. So we hit on some T-shirts, and we did really well, and we thought, maybe there's something to this whole physical product business. Instead of just doing digital, I like, being able to feel something. I don't like just, relying on my code from somebody else that's, 1,200 miles away or anything like that. So, we hit on T-shirts in 2014, which gave us some seed capital and kind of moved that into the e-com thing, So we've been doing actual physical products now, I'd say since August 2015, and just built everything since then. We've moved around from niche to trendy and kind of finally got our base and settled on a niche that we like, and it's working well. Like, how long have we been with you guys now?
I mean, we've been in contact for probably about it took about, I guess,
Maybe
3
a
weeks
month.
or a month to get your stuff here, and then we've been rolling for about a month now, so maybe 3 weeks or so that we've actually been shipping
I know
for you.
it's after the New Year is when we started with you, because the New Year was hell. You know what I mean? with shipping and everything else. So I think it's been about 3 weeks.
Yeah.
But that's basically how we got here.
So what, I guess now that, we kind of brought up a little bit as far as we've been working together, what kind of prompted you to start looking for a fulfillment company as opposed to the way you were doing it before, which, go ahead and explain the way you were doing it before and kind of how you got to a point where you said, look, we've got to change what we're doing, pivot and go a different route.
Sure. Well, going back to T-shirts, T-shirts are easy, right? You sell it, you get paid right away. You don't have to worry about your upfront costs or anything like that. It's shipped, it's delivered in 3 days. So that was my first impression with ecom, right? Is that everything is delivered in 3 days, and which apparently is not true. Moving into drop shipping and doing the same thing that a lot of people do with AliExpress and everything else, we started to see some success and scaling things to a couple $1,000s a day or 500, 600 units a day, and things just started falling through the cracks, right? And it's funny how you completely, as soon as you start to scale, you think you have your logistics down, and you completely destroy them. You know what I mean? Like, nothing makes any sense anymore. You don't know who is actually getting something. You don't know if you shipped this or shipped that, or, you know, you sent this guy ordered something and he got something completely different.
Right.
Actually, I had one guy, ordered one of our products, let's just say like a blue widget, and he had a package delivered, and this breaks my heart that this happened, but he had a package delivered, and he opened it, and it was a piece of paper that just said blue widget on it. Like, there was no product. It was just a piece of paper that had the name of the product on it. Whoops. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So, yeah, we completely crushed our logistics. We did that last year. And then we hit, you know, Chinese New Year, beginning of the year, and everything kind of slowed down. So we weren't really worried about it. We ramped up a bit in March, but it only lasted a few weeks. And we kind of planed out for the year. You know what I mean? We didn't scale as much as we could have or should have until around October. So in October, we hit on a couple of campaigns. And we got to the point, like, you know, a couple feet before the tipping point of, you know, let's completely overhaul these systems, where we were shipping probably 200 to 300 packages a day. And we're like, it's not going great. This logistical nightmare isn't great, but it's not bad enough that I need to go back and overhaul it all. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Keep hanging on.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I was grasping, you know, and I kind of let that ride. And then we got into Christmas, and everything that I let ride in October, I started getting all the notifications that it's been 3 months and this still isn't here. And you're just like, oh, God, you know, like, I have tracking for it, but for some reason it's in Finland and you're in North Carolina, you know?
Yeah.
And then Christmas happened, and it was crazy. In Christmas, I didn't even really ramp anything up. And we went from 100 orders a day to 700 orders a day in literally less than 24 hours.
Yeah.
Which, again, that's, you know, past the tipping point. It completely destroyed the logistics, and I'm hiring on new staff and everything else. And we still have packages that haven't been delivered, which is the worst customer service ever.
Yeah.
You know, so we did all these sales, 700 orders a day, and built this massive customer list of buyers, and none of them like us.
Yep.
Because we send them an email, and then my support desk gets blown up with, where's my stuff? I ordered it December 24. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So now we're going through the whole refunding process, and, you know, actually, it's funny. We have people that are messaging us, and they're like, I didn't get this. I ordered it December 24th, and I'm like, oh, wait, it's in the warehouse. I'll have it there in 3 days. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
we're just going through that nightmare. But yeah, the tipping point was basically Christmas, going from 100 orders to 700 orders. And for anybody watching this, don't wait until you destroy your logistics, right?
Right.
Set up your logistics ahead of time and make sure that you have this in place, because we're losing an absolute boatload of money on refunds, on disputes, and you put all your payment processors into, you know, questionable places and things like that. Right. So, yeah, I don't even remember what the question was, to be totally honest. I rant a lot.
Yeah, so, but I mean, like you're saying, I mean, dude, I hear that over and over and over every single day. So you're one of the majority. So it seems like it happens to everybody. It's something that's got to happen to you before you say, okay, I can't let this happen again.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was just basically looking, you know, what kind of pushed you to choosing or needing to get a fulfillment company. And then once you got to that point, you know, what was your, I guess, research like, or how did you come to decide to go in with our company to fulfill your orders for you?
Well, you know this, that you're the only one that answered the phone, number one, which really helps if you know, you talk to your customers, right, or potential customers. But you know, in all the Facebook groups, all the e-commerce Facebook groups, and all the contacts that we have, there's a bunch of people using fulfillment centers. You know, we actually, when we started this company not last year, I guess, in 2015, we wanted to open our own fulfillment center because we're in Canada, so shipping to the United States is horrible. So I was going to fly over to China and open a Chinese fulfillment center and do it all from there, right? and that never happened. Thank God. But yeah, we know a ton of people that use fulfillment centers, and we didn't get one good referral. Asking all these people, like, oh, they're horrible. If you haven't been working with a fulfillment center for 6 months, they won't even talk to you. And I'm like, well, how am I supposed to work with a fulfillment center if they won't let me work with them for the first 6 months? You know what I mean? So yeah, honestly, I went through Google and I started calling everybody. And I think I called 3 or 4 places before you guys, and nobody answered. And
how'd you even find us? I don't even know this. Like, how'd you...
I think it was just Google, to be honest. I think I looked up 3PL USA something or other. I don't even know. But
we don't do any... I've never done any SEO or any of that stuff, so I was just wondering if it came from, like, Facebook or what.
You're top 10 anyway. You must have been. Because,
I'll take it.
Statistically, I don't go past the first page. So, but yeah, I called a bunch of people. And like I told you before we started recording, I emailed a company. I won't mention them, but I emailed the company, and I this was 9 days before I called you, or 10 days before I called you, and they didn't get back to me until like 6 days after I signed up. And like the sign up, I didn't sign up the same day with you. You know what I mean? Like I called you, we ran through everything, you emailed me whatever I needed, and then maybe 48 hours, 72 hours later, I was signed up. So like technically it was 17, 18 days.
That's crazy.
To get a response to a support ticket. You know what I mean? So I don't see how you can do business with somebody when you're relying on speed and they take 3 weeks to answer you. So, but yeah, just found you in Google.
Cool. I'll take it, man. So what? Hey, it's working. How's your kind of overall experience been with us, since we've been shipping your stuff, communication, and as, just kind of the overall, your feel of it and how, have you been pleased, displeased? What you kind of like?
Honestly, a lot of the time I feel like I'm annoying you, right? Because I email you so much. Don't tell me I don't.
Not really. Not really. Yeah,
well,
not really.
You must have you must do all your email on your phone because you always respond pretty quickly. Yeah. But I have to email you on average in the last 3 weeks, like 3 times a day.
And it's funny. I've been thinking. I'm like, why in the? I was like, I don't like. We weren't on like Facebook Messenger or anything. We didn't get on Skype together till this. I'm like, why do I not just be able to text this guy or something? It doesn't really matter because I get the emails quickly, to my phone and all. But I'm like, man, I want to just be able to like text or something because that's how I am. I'm so like fast paced. Like I want to just go now.
Well, I like to call too, but I feel like I'm disturbing people. Where you can kind of respond to an email at your own pace. You know what I mean? But it's everything's been good. Obviously, it's an adjustment, right? Nobody's going to be comfortable going into this and placing large orders ahead of time. Yeah. Like even right now, I have an order for 10,000 pieces that's stuck in China because FedEx can't get it out for me. You know what I mean? And it was supposed to be delivered a week ago tomorrow, and it hasn't shipped yet. Right? Yeah. So there's going to be growing pains to getting away from drop shipping and going into working with companies like yours. And that's one of them. But, for us, the pros massively outweigh the cons. Not only just because we can finally have a customer list that likes us, you know what I mean? And or we can get these products in and ship from your warehouse all the products that are in Finland, right? That are supposed to be where they need to be. Yeah. Not only that, but margins. I can actually play with my margins now, which is like I talked to you about this. We narrowed our product line down from 130 products to I think we're at 28 now. Yeah. So we cut out 100 products, and now the only objective is to get those 28 into the warehouse. Yeah. Because everything can ship together, and then I won't get support tickets of I got this, but I ordered these 3 things too. Yeah. And I know they're not getting there for another 3 weeks. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I won't have to deal with that anymore.
Yeah, on that point, I think that's one of the best things to do is to narrow down to what your core products are. That like we have a bunch of clients. Some of them only sell they basically sell through funnels and they sell a few products and they sell a ton of them. And then we've got some people that are like spread, got 100 products on their site, and we might ship 30 of them, and then the other 70 when people randomly order them, it's like we'll ship it to them. We'll get there in 3 days, max, and then their other one, who knows where it comes from. And then a lot of times we'll get stuff back because they never get their other product, so they'll return
No, of
whatever
course.
we sent them because they're
Yeah.
pissed off. But
We get a lot of that. We get a lot of support tickets of people. I ordered this plus this and this and this, but I only got that.
Right.
And we haven't. Thankfully, we haven't run into the issue where a lot of people are wanting to return the first item, but with tracking on ePacket or whatever other means you have, AliExpress shipper method,
Right.
whatever else it lets you ship, it's so questionable.
Yeah.
Some of our suppliers are half decent, which was fantastic because it's better than 90% of the other ones. But we would have something that was supposed to ship like today, let's say, and then it would hit Chinese customs and it would sit there for 16 days, and then it's going to the customer and I've already refunded them.
Right. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that happens a bunch. I see a lot of people talking about that, like in the different e-com groups about, got to refund them, but they're still gonna get the product. It's like, well, sorry, you gotta refund them.
Returns.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I can't do a return from AliExpress, and I can't do a dispute because they got the product after I refunded them.
Yep.
So I lost. So if we think about it, let's say my average acquisition cost on Facebook is $10. My product costs $5. Right? I'm paying $10 for the acquisition. I'm paying $5 for the product. If I add on ePacket shipping, that's another $2, let's say. And then I'm refunding the cost of the product. You know what I mean? So I'm out so much more money,
right?
Because I can't take a return. And actually, we're running into that right now. One of our most expensive products, somebody wants to return it, we can't do anything. So we're sending them a replacement. So I think on that one order, I'm out like $136. So
yeah,
it's not good. It hurts.
Yeah. So what would you say is the one service that we provide, or the one thing that we do that like really sticks out that you appreciate, or that you kind of I guess that you appreciate the most, or that you really enjoy having, as now that we're doing that for you?
Okay, well, let's put support aside, because I've blown up your phone to a ridiculous extent and always gotten quick replies, which is amazing, especially nowadays. But this one thing you don't know is that I tested you guys. You don't know that I tested you.
You ordered something? Did you order something and then we sent it to you or something?
I had a friend, because I can't order from Canada without you knowing. You know what I mean? So I had a friend in South Carolina. He's not too far away.
Oh man, that's easy.
Yeah,
that's too easy, man.
I have a whole lot of friends in the States,
Yeah.
But yeah, I had him go through and pick up a couple of our products. Well, right now we have 2 SKUs with you.
Yeah.
Just to see, what the shipping time was like, what the process was like for the shipping notification emails, and anything else that the customer might be getting, because
right.
I can't see it. You know what I mean? So anyway, he picked up one of our products, and I can't remember the exact time, but it was a Thursday, and it was like 3:07 is when the order came in. And I wasn't expecting him to get. I told him, anything that you get, send me a picture of everything. If you get an email from me, if your package shows up, open it, show me the wrapping, show me how it's packaged, show me everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't expecting to get anything for a while, just because obviously I'm used to ePacket. But I got it Saturday early afternoon. So it said on the order, ordered at 3:07 on Thursday, shipped. And I don't know the details of how you guys run the logistics for when people come and pick up the orders,
mm-hmm.
but it made it out that day, so I don't know if your cutoff time is 4 o'clock or when it is, but yeah, ordered 3:07 on Thursday, shipped Thursday, delivered Saturday morning, right? And obviously he's not far. If I ordered from San Diego, it would be another thing. Maybe it would take another day. I don't know.
Man, I'm pissed. That should have been on Friday if he's only in South Carolina. That's
Yeah, well,
ridiculous.
yeah, hey, man, I'm happy with 2 days, right?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, everything was good. I tested you, and I was surprised. He was surprised. I was surprised because, if we run up on somebody in our niche, or because going through all of the content that you do on, like, let's say Instagram, Facebook, whatever it is, when you're doing your niche research, you're going to get retargeted for things. You're going to get targeted for things. So I'll buy other people's funnels. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
See what they're doing, see what their email follow-ups are like, see how long it takes for me to get their products. And I've purchased some of the biggest names in my niche, and they're nowhere near the same ship times.
Yeah.
Like, not even close. I ordered over a week ago, actually, one of them. I'm still waiting on it. You know what I mean?
Jeez.
So the fact that I can have it delivered. See, it's not even the 2-day delivery that blew me away. It was the fact that it was ordered at 3:07 and it still made it out that day. Like,
Now, that's not going to happen every day. Some days it will.
No,
but
I'm not saying expect that.
Yeah.
But I loved that I saw that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, yeah. Just, I think overall the amount of support that I can get, and the fact that things are delivered in 2 days, or the fact that, you guys are willing to work hard enough to get something shipped out same day, obviously not in every case, but same day if it's ordered at 3:00,
Yeah.
So.
Cool, man. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I didn't know that, but I mean, that's cool. Man, that's good. I mean, that's smart. That's what you should do. And I've got people, that want to like just test our service. Hey, we'll send you 2 products for now, and then we'll send you some more, and we'll send. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, man. I don't care. Just send me whatever you want. I'll get it out, and just like, and a lot of times we have people that, like whenever they don't order their inventory in time, and then, like with the Chinese New Year now, of course, everybody's waiting. So we're going to have a ton of crap come in, and anyway, the other day we had one of our other clients, they had like 1,100 units come in, and we got them all out the next day. So, I mean, like, we just try to turn stuff quick, man. I mean, we mess around. I mean, we change our schedules around and things like that, but we have fun. I push our guys up here and, to get stuff out on time. I'm like, if you want a job, you need to get it out today.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'll tell you, I'm going to test you this year, because last year was slow for us.
Yeah.
We hit a little bit in December. Like I said, we got up to about 700 orders a day. But this year I'm going to test you. Like, I already have, obviously, what did I have? 1,300 units delivered, 1,350, I think it was.
Yeah.
The first SKU.
Yeah.
So you have one SKU right now with another on the way, which is stuck in China. But
Yeah.
that's 10,000 units. And that's only 2 of the 28. And my objective is to get all 28 in there. Now, of that 10,000,
they're different sizes, right? Of those 10,000, or they're all the same exact thing?
No, I think there's 8 different variants
Right.
in there. But of the 10,000, like, I already have 200 that need to be reshipped because all this e-packet nonsense that I'm going through.
Yeah.
So that'll be a bit of a test, but and actually my girlfriend was asking me about this probably a week ago, and just wondering how you guys are going to be able to scale as we scale, because we turned it on for like a week at the end of the year, doing 700 orders a day. So if we try to massively scale, you know what I mean, and actually, well, our goal this year is 20 million gross, 20 million gross in sales. So she was like, is he going to be able to handle 20 million gross in sales?
Just let me know. At least say, hey, we're turning on the campaign tomorrow, so get your ass ready. We'll be ready.
It'll show up on your door, but, you guys, I don't know if everybody knows this, or if I'm even supposed to mention it, but you told me a little while ago you want to open up a second facility.
Yeah.
And, I'm all for it, you know what I mean? So, any way that we can get faster ship times.
Yeah, I mean, we're eventually gonna open up 5. That's kind of that's what I'm going towards right now, is just having 5 to cover all the different regions, and then we'll see from there. I might just start expanding internationally from that point, or because I don't think we really need more than 5. As long as we have each region covered. Like from here, we can cover a pretty big area. I mean, we can cover pretty much everything. Even some stuff gets to California in 2 days,
Yeah,
depending on what it is. So,
I've noticed.
I mean, we can do pretty well from here. So as long as our next spot's probably gonna be over in Nevada somewhere, so we can cover that side and this side, and then we'll just start. I'm gonna go with one in probably around Iowa somewhere, Texas, and then up in the Northeast. Which I might not
Nice.
even do the Northeast because we can hit that quickly from here too. But we'll see how it goes.
Sure.
But yeah, man, that's like you're trying to max out. I want to max out this facility as quickly as we can.
Well, I'll do my best to max you out this year.
Good.
You know,
So, I guess I know we've talked about a lot, or you've talked about the drop shipping model a lot, and ePacket. Would you say is the best piece of advice that you have for somebody who's currently right now using that same model? Um, what would you tell them, or kind of give them a warning or kind of advice
using
on?
like the drop shipping model.
Yeah, if somebody's using a drop shipping model right now and is actually trying to build a business, grow it into something, not just screwing around here and there with it.
Sure. There'd probably be two things. Number one, like I said, narrow your SKUs, because a lot of people think that you have to be Walmart,
Right.
and you absolutely don't have to be Walmart. You know what I mean? So a lot of people come into this, and I only know this because I've built and sold this software in the past. You know what I mean? So building softwares that create stores for people, everybody comes in and they're like, can I click a button and have every product on Amazon on my
Right,
site?
yeah.
Why the hell would you want to? There's no reason for that, So narrow your SKUs. If you're selling one product super successfully, then narrow it down to that product and a few complementary products, right? That's all you need. If that's all you're running traffic to. Like us, we run 99% of our traffic on Facebook, right? So it all goes, I'd say right now we have 3 different products getting advertising traffic, right? So with that, we'll need a max of, let's say, 9 products. That way we can have a funnel and upsells and emails and things like that, but we don't need the 124 that we had before,
Right.
And yes, some of those are going to get purchased, but and this is one of the things that we've run into because of this is I added those products in August of last year, right? And 3 weeks ago, one of them got ordered, or somebody ordered like 3 of them, let's say, and now my supplier doesn't even exist anymore,
Right.
because it's been a year since I added everything, and nobody's ordered it since then. You know what I mean? So narrow your SKUs down, and just don't be afraid to take that step, right? A lot of people are probably like me, where they're like, I'm gonna, there's this tipping point, and once I get past that, then sure, we'll do it. But there's no way that I should have waited until I was getting 700 a day, right?
Right.
There's no way that I should have waited, because really, I'm paying the same amount that I'm paying you right now, because I have to employ all these other people to fill the orders, because I'm the one that has to do the traffic and the funnels and everything else. So if you're doing, I don't know, 75 orders a day, that's more than enough.
Right.
As long as they're focused on SKUs. If you're doing 75 orders a day and you have 30 different products in there, then maybe you should, rethink your model a little bit. But if you're doing 75 orders a day, and it's like 5 SKUs or less, then get them. And this was my big thing, is because I'm international from you, right?
Right.
So, like, I know people that are doing this. One guy's in Ireland. I know people in Sweden. I know Australia, South Africa, everywhere else. And I can't have my hands on it when I have my item shipped in. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, I ship directly from my supplier to your warehouse. I haven't seen that product yet.
Right.
You know what I mean? I saw pictures before they got shipped, and that's the last I ever heard of them. And now they're stored with you, and that's a breaking point for a lot of people. And it shouldn't be. You shouldn't be worried about shipping product to a company in a different country than you are. Just kind of go. You know what I mean? Just go with it. It's uncomfortable,
Right.
but it needs to happen.
Yeah.
Like if I didn't get product to you when I did, like I wish I would have done it 2 weeks prior to when I did. But if I didn't do it when I did, I would be massively screwed right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because how many orders a day did we have to do on top of the 700 that we were already doing, and now all the support and everything else. Because I got my product to you, I've been able to narrow my team down. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need the VAs that I had before. I can just keep it like a nice, close, tight-knit group, and we can scale. You know, we had, this is my to-do list. You're not going to be able to read it all, but my to-do list, we went to the restaurant the other day and mapped out the year and what it's going to take to get to $20 million, right? You can't do $20 million drop shipping.
Right.
It has to be impossible unless you're like the Warren Buffett of AliExpress. You know what I mean? And I'm not. I'm not at all. So, if I didn't get my stuff into the warehouse or get set up with the warehouse, there's no way I would be able to do the numbers that I'm planning to do this year. So, narrow your SKUs and get those narrow SKUs into a 3PL or a fulfillment house probably 2 weeks before you think you need to do it. So,
yeah, definitely. Everything takes longer to get here than you anticipate, especially from overseas.
Or from Chinese New Year,
yeah. So, so I think we've gone a little bit longer than 15 minutes, but I got one last thing. We'll chop it up. But one last thing, you've just kind of talked about. I know your goal is 20 million this year, but what does your next, say, 6 months look like for you? What are you focusing on? Obviously, you've got the goal out here, but what are you kind of focusing on to get to that point that can maybe help some people that might not have a $20 million goal this year, but maybe they want to hit $1 million or something like that?
Sure. Basically, the goal is content, right? Which, like, it's the same thing you're doing right now.
Right.
It's just build the content. We have been a 100% e-commerce driven business up until this point. There's nothing. I don't email content. I don't, I have automated content going to the Instagram account, which is then reposted on the Facebook account, which technically works phenomenally, but audience interaction-wise is absolutely horrible.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So we are, again, breaking down all of our systems, all of our social systems, everything else, building up a blog, building up content, becoming... Well, the goal is to become an authority in the niche.
Right.
Right? But to do that, blogs, legitimate Instagram accounts, legitimate Facebook pages. My girlfriend's doing something on Pinterest. I don't understand Pinterest. I don't know.
Pictures.
But, yeah, exactly. Right? Which I can get that on Instagram. But, yeah, it's, this year is focused on just not being kind of one of these chop shops that show up and having a legitimate business with a legitimate business model and droves of like fanatical customers. You know what I mean? And if that turns into manufacturing our own products, you know what I mean? Designing and building our own products, then that's what it's going to turn into, which really isn't that far of a step, I guess, from where we are. But yeah, we just want to make sure we're a well-rounded company, right? And completely redoing our support systems because they have taken a beating in the last little while. So, that's what I'm doing. And a piece of advice on that is don't wait, again, for, the whole social aspect. If you have, obviously, if you're running traffic, ad traffic, Facebook, anything like that, Instagram, you're going to have an Instagram page. You're going to have a Facebook page. Get a blog with it and just build it all together. It's so much easier to just build it as you go than doing what I'm doing where I have to break it all down and now rebuild, and I don't have the time for it. I don't have the manpower for it, but I have to make space for it. You know what I mean? Yeah. So do that first and just build it legitimately from day one. So.
Yeah. Well, man, that's awesome. I appreciate your time tonight, man. It's been awesome. Definitely looking forward to seeing you guys' growth because as you grow, we grow. And that's the mindset I have. And that's what we're so passionate about, making sure everything's done right for you guys and for your customers. So, in the end, we all, it's a win-win for everybody. And when you focus on the right things, you try to help people and do the right things for them, it definitely works out for us. So that's it. We're going to go ahead and cut this one off here. But we appreciate your time. Thanks for joining us, and we hope that you got a lot of good information out of this. Thanks again, Dylan, for being here, man, and we'll definitely be talking a bunch.